was born and raised in Austin, Texas, family of 6 kids. And I started dance at a really young age. I rebelled in like 4th grade with gymnastics, but then I went back into dance full force in high school and went into a pre-professional program at the Edge out here in Los Angeles when I was 18. Started dancing professionally from there, and then I fell into acting really quickly. I'd always acted as a kid in Austin and did commercials, but dance kind of was like a full-time job for me growing up because I competed and was just traveling around the country for competitions and stuff. But yeah, once I moved out to LA, I really fell into acting, and I actually got my first lead role out here via self-tape, before self-tapes were the norm. And that kind of just got me started, and I got with an agent out here, and it's been really good. I feel like dance and acting complement each other really well. And I love them both equally, and it's my favorite thing to do is just perform. And it's so funny, my very first job out here in LA after I graduated my dance program was Eminem. I remember like going in and auditioning for that, and they had me like rapping and dancing at the same time, like his music. So that was the first job I ever did out here, and it kind of sent me off into like a music video marathon. Like my mom always jokes I was the music video queen, which was really fun. Like I've definitely done a big variety of music videos, which it's really cool doing music videos because it's a different story. And then like every time it's just something new, and you get to meet so many great directors. There's so many great music video directors. Hannah Lux Davis is one of them, Richard Lee. For the Eminem one, I got to work with Marty Kudelka, who was one of my favorite choreographers. Yeah, I mean, variety is the spice of life, and music videos definitely give you some variety. I guess I haven't really done any like R&B, soul, which is music I really love. I won't name names, but there was one video in particular that I was on point, and it was for a rap music video, but I was dancing ballet. And it was like a 16, 18-hour day, and it was freezing. And when you're dancing, it's really hard to get warm when you're like shivering, and it's really important that your muscles are warmed up so you can dance properly, especially in pointe shoes when you're doing ballet and like flexible, like you cannot go into that with cold muscles. So I'm usually the victim. I guess I'm good at being scared. I'm really good at being scared. One day, I mean, the most recent movie I did in the horror genre called Teardrop, I'm actually not the victim. I am one of the villains, which is really cool. I play a ghost that is haunting the hotel, and she has all of the souls of the past victims living inside her. But she's actually one of the scarier characters in the film, which was really cool change for me. I got to be the villain.
And do you have any physical performance in this movie, or no? It's just
no, this was purely acting. There was no dance involved. Yeah, but I mean, any role where I can act and dance at the same time is just like chef's kiss. That is the dream. Like
exactly. That's what I was thinking, that you are perfect for such a role. Like, for example, have you watched the Malignant movie? You've seen?
Oh yeah. I actually haven't seen it, but I've heard about it.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of physicality involved.
Yes, Marina Mazepa did a great job there, and I was thinking, okay, well, with a similar role, you can totally nail it for sure. I'm waiting for such a role.
And then I have Don't Worry, Darling coming out later this fall. It was directed by Olivia Wilde. I'm acting and dancing in that one, which is really cool. Dina Thompson was the choreographer. Got to work with Florence Pugh. She's lovely. We did some ballet. Yeah, I'm super excited for that one because that is a theater release.
Yes, you mentioned about this movie, Don't Worry, Darling.
Yes.
And as you said, Olivia Wilde was the director. So how did you find her as director? Because we know that she's a great actress, and we've seen her in front of camera. But what about as a director? What was your experience?
She's so hands-on, and she's so lovely to work with, very relatable. She cares so much about every single person on the set. And it was really fascinating to watch her, because she's also acting in the movie. So we did a scene, and she was acting as one of the lead characters, and then she just slides on her Nike flip-flops and turns into director mode, just like that. It was really cool to watch. I've seen Jim Cummings, another director I've worked with before. He did that as well. Led his entire film, the beta test, and then switched into director mode. It's like, I'm so impressed when they can just switch roles like that. Because, you know, as a director, you're thinking about a million things, and then to just compartmentalize it all and be an actor, I'm in awe of that. That was so fun. It felt like I was at summer camp, because I was in a lot of rehearsals with the dancers, and we all got really close. I still am in contact with all of those dancers. And yeah, we shot that right before the pandemic. I remember we shot the final scene with like 300 people on set, like the day before LA shut down, which was crazy. But it was such a treat to work with Meryl and James Corden and Nicole Kidman, because they had to come to our dance rehearsals, and so we had to help them like learn all the dance moves. But yeah, Meryl Streep in particular, it was cool to watch, because she's so herself. Like right before the cameras start rolling, it's just seamless. She doesn't make any change. She'll be in a conversation with someone, and then it's almost like she's continuing the conversation with that person after action. So that was just like a treat to watch her. Yeah. The best tip, because I've taught dance privates actually for non-dancers, and the best tip I'll give them is to just not care what they look like, because as soon as you start thinking about what you look like, you overthink. And overthinking is like the killer of joy and the killer of cool dance moves. So just have fun, and confidence is key, is my best tip for non-dancers. Yeah. So no, we actually used to take ballet together at the Edge, my old dance studio where I trained at. So we met through dance. We actually haven't worked together, but she's been doing so well. She was on The Tall Girl 1 and 2 on Netflix. And then we also have a mutual friend, Chloe East, who's an actress as well. So we both were at her bachelor party. So we have a lot of mutual friends. I mean, it's always a really small world with dancers that are also actors. You kind of end up knowing everyone at some point. But yeah, we met in dance class. My cat. So if I'm looking down a lot, it's because I've been petting my cat. You can probably hear her like purring. But just so giving her some TLC.
Because that's what you get a lot, or not, by the way, that you two are lookalike.
Oh my gosh. So I recently worked with her on The Dropout, which was really cool. I played her roommate. And the only person that's told me that before was my voice coach when I was like 18. She was like, you and Amanda Seyfried have similar energy, but she meant like our energy, but I guess looks wise I could see that too. One of my good friends, Paige, looks exactly like her, but I'll take it. I take it as a compliment. I think she's the best. So talented too. I really enjoyed filming the Prom a lot, just because of the rehearsal process. So that one for dancing, and then for acting, the most recent one, I shot The In-Between, because it felt like camp. It was a very small crew, but we really got to curate and like work on creating a story, because it's very personal to the director, because one of her close family members also had ALS. So I was just honored to be able to tell that story. And yeah, I'm just so excited for that film to be released. And it was really special, because it's not like gonna be out in theaters or anything yet, but the process was really special. Yeah, that process was really amazing. When I made a really good friend on that set, my friend Haley, and they rented out an entire drive-in movie theater and filmed it with like they filled it with 50s cars, which was just awesome. You felt like you had been transported in time. So that was really cool. Yeah, and of course meeting Lana Del Rey. She called me a bitch, like kidding, but I was like honored to be called a bitch by Lana Del Rey.
You were cheating on her, so that's what you get.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, actually, her date was cheating on her. I mean, her character. But
I know.
it's not fair, even, you know.
Yeah, technically, I wasn't the one at fault.
Exactly.
It was her boyfriend. That one was directed by Rich Lee, so he's one of my favorite music video directors. He also did the Eminem video.
Oh, can you do that?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I can only lift this one, but oh, you're so good at it. Wait, how do you,
Yeah.
do you have any tips before I try? What's your tip?
You know, first you can just keep one down with your finger and try like that.
I can do both. This one kind of. I'll have to work on that over the summer. New project.
Okay, so I will check on that.
Special skill.
Yeah. What would be your dream role that you really like to play in movies?
I would love to be a superhero.
It's very interesting because in my previous shows, many actors answered the same thing.
Ah,
so
yes.
Different. I mean, so maybe I should be more specific. Like, what kind of superhero you want to be?
Oh gosh. For me, it would be a really fun challenge to be a villain.
A villain.
Like, that would be a fun challenge for me. But just someone that gets to do a lot of like action. I would love to incorporate dance somehow into a role like that.
And what kind of superpower would you like to have?
Oh, you know, The Incredibles, the mom, how she can be super flexible. I think I'd want to do that superpower. And she can like stretch super long.
Yeah, it could be handy for your dancing.
Yeah, I think that one would be the most accurate.
Thanks a lot, Monroe. And also thanks a lot to everyone who joined us tonight.
Thank you so much. Have a
Thank you, Monroe.